We have a lot to talk about. It's a 1 year anniversary. We've got a couple of awards to give away, and there's just so much to do, so little time. And as with any award show, we're going to run long. So let me introduce our in house panelists, the guys who are with us each and every week. Tom Chianti, all the way from New York City. Tom, how are you today?
Doing fine, Rich. It's a clear but brisk day. All excited, and studio's been given a fresh look. You can't see it now, but I've added room mics and well, we discussed it a little bit this morning, but when I was playing the guitar, the room sounds really true. So I'm very happy with the way things are going today.
So in other words, as we talked this morning, you're not going to send me one of those mics.
They're actually in use, Rich.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, I wasn't kidding when I said I had.
Yeah, no,
them for room night.
I see how you are, Tommy. I see how you are. Let's talk to Ian then. Maybe he'll send me a mic. You never know. Let's go find Ian Husbands in London. Ian, how are you today? Happy birthday.
Happy birthday to us. I'm
Absolutely.
drinking Jack Daniels and Coke from a champagne glass. I've got some lights to add a bit of glitz and glamour.
Well played.
What more could we need?
You should have glitter in your hair.
You wouldn't see it.
Well, you never know.
Lots of hair.
With all those lights, you never know. So
Well, you should at least put the eye makeup glitter on.
that's right.
Uh, not tonight, not on a Sunday.
You've done those glitter days, I'm sure.
I've never actually done the makeup on the stage thing. I left that for people like Dave Bryce.
Well,
Oh, we're gonna hear about that.
yeah, we will. We will. And speaking of Dave Bryce, we've had a number of great guest panelists on the show this past year. I want to talk about them a little bit because they were all up for nomination as our best guest panelist of the year. And, we didn't get the opportunity. We left it up to everybody who watches the show to vote. If you had your druthers, if you were a voting man, Tom and Ian, who would you have voted for as guest panelist of the year? Tom,
Myself.
you're not a guest panelist, though.
Every day is a new day for me.
I well, there you go, there you go. Ian, who would you have voted for as guest panelist of the year had you had the opportunity to have your vote count?
All of them.
All of them. You're
Yeah,
not
well,
going
they've
to.
all been. No, I'm not. They've all been brilliant. Everyone's given their time for nothing. They've come and joined us. They've been insightful, funny. We've had lots of good times, and quite seriously, we want them all to come back and join us in 2012, along with some new guests.
Now, I was watching the chat room prior to the show going on air. As everybody knows, we come on usually 30 or so minutes early, and sometimes we chat a little bit. Sometimes we just sit here and drink Jack Daniels. But there was speculation out in the chat room that it was in the bag for Taylor Van Arsdale, and somebody actually bet the farm on it. By the way, um, if I were voting, see, I'm not as nice as everybody else is, I guess. If I were voting for guest panelist of the year, I probably would have voted the person who's been on the most. You know, sitting in the guest panelist chair, and that probably would have been Dave, because he's just been around so many times.
Well, he's a stand-up person. He's always willing to help out at last-minute calls and everything.
Yep.
The go-to guy.
Absolutely, he is the go-to guy. But I got to say, that's not who I voted for, because I did vote. Unlike you guys, I voted, and I
We
didn't.
were allowed to vote.
You were, but I wasn't going to tell you that. I'd let you figure that out yourself.
I don't figure things out. I just fall into them.
I know, I know. You just kind of figure it out as you go.
Over
And
them, more like.
what's that, Ian?
fall over them more like.
Yeah, well, so I did not vote for Dave. I would like to have voted for Dave, but I couldn't bring myself to do it, even though Dave is such a nice guy. So my vote was for somebody else. Now, can anybody out there in the chat room or can you tell me who all the nominees were for our guest panelist of the year? I don't think anybody can. We've had so many guests on the show. I would be surprised if anybody could run them down by name, one, two, three, four, all the way.
In appearance order.
In appearance order, yes. That would be even more difficult.
Homework.
Yeah. Well, if you can't do it, I am going to relieve your mind a little bit. What we're going to do is we're going to play a video that lets you know who those panelists were. So here is the video of our nominees as guest panelist of the year.
Entertainer's secret. Your music, our microscope, MSI.
Very Barry Whitish vocal. I don't know how they achieved it either. It's an interesting choice.
This is Music Scene Investigation with Rich, Ian, and Tom. They dissect the tunes, give the options, and bring the love. Music Scene Investigation here on icweekly.net.
And I just got this picture of it being a program called Istanbul, you know, going around somewhere in the Middle East with that kind in the background.
It's a hit. I mean, it's on the radio already, isn't it? It's got to be. I mean, there's. I only had one little slight issue.
It's very, very snappy. Bites your ankles off, and the bulldog will rip your throat out.
Wow, I'll tell you.
It's also very British of you, darling.
Music is sexual music, and sex meaning whatever you want it to mean. It can mean romance, it can be love, it can be anything you want it to mean.
It feels like something that you would do drunk with your friends. I'm sorry.
I did. It was forgettable. I'm sorry. I didn't. I mean, I wouldn't listen to it again.
And my boyfriend's texting me right now going, "What's up?" I'm trying to tell him that I'm on this show.
I was just thinking, by the time we get to the third song, it's going to be mayhem, isn't it? Yes. Yes, the song.
Didn't do it for me. And I think that you know, you guys nailed it when you said if you can find some samples.
Wow. I was kind of hoping to have some time to think about that one. But, you know,
I don't know. I read it, but I can't.
John Hodgson. John.
Oh, John Hodgson, yeah.
No question there. As far as the guitars go, I wasn't too offended by how bright they were.
But yeah, it's a nice, comfortable feeling. Thanks very much for the invite, and I'd love to, down the line, on my 65th birthday, love to come back.
So, who do you think was the award-winning guest panelist of 2011? Ian? You don't know. You don't know, do you?
I think I do.
Tom? You don't know, do you?
I knew, but I forgot.
Well, let's make that award. Ian, do you have the trophy in front of you there?
I don't, because he already has it. But we do need a drum roll. Someone? Anyone?
Anyone? Drum roll, please. Thank you, Tommy. The best guest panelist of 2011 is none other than our good friend Paul Miro. Paul, how are you? Congratulations. He's got that.
Here's my trophy.
That
Here's my
lovely
trophy.
award.
That arrived by special courier in a limo earlier. I'm overwhelmed. I'd like to thank the people at the Academy for this nomination, and obviously my family, and I have a tear in my eye. Oh, sorry. Oh, it's not the Oscars. Hang on. Yeah, no, it's awesome. I'm really, really surprised. Because I checked in a few weeks ago. I didn't know about the awards ceremony thing, the vote, and I checked in, and I was like, I don't know, something like third. And I thought, okay, yeah, fair enough. And I hadn't voted. I voted for Mark at All Indie because I just thought what he's doing out there is great. I don't know if I was voting for him as a guest panelist just because of what they're doing for indie music. So I voted for him. And then the next thing, there seemed to be a surge of votes. And then I heard from Ian earlier this week that I'd won. So it was like, yeah, awesome, fantastic.
Yeah,
We'll do anything to get me back.
we saw that surge happening about 3 to 4 weeks ago, wasn't it, Ian? When we noticed that.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah, maybe a little bit
he was
longer than
on
that.
before we went to hiatus. Wasn't that the last show we had?
I don't remember if that was Paul with us. I know he was on during that time, but
That was Dave, wasn't it?
yeah, it was Dave,
Rivera.
right? And so there was a rush of votes that came in for you, Paul. So you had a lot of fans out there who came in and voted. Either that, or you went to a lot of different computer stores and voted for yourself on a lot of different machines.
I just think that everybody voted for him because he looks like he's hanging upside down in space.
Maybe that's it, or maybe that's your methadone addiction again. I don't know.
Well, the Warden's been kicking in, and I tell you, this is the greatest show so far.
The music's awesome, isn't it? Yeah.
I love the colors.
I got to tell you, we're pleased that you won, Paul. Congratulations.
Thank you
Now,
very much to everyone who votes.
over the last year, we've had a lot. You've been on a number of times, and we've
Yeah,
had.
how many times? I don't know. Do you know that? There's another trivia question for you.
That would be a great trivia question to have somebody answer. I think you've been on at least
Great.
4, maybe 5 times, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah,
It was
yeah.
an MSI extra as well. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, we
Oh,
did
I'm
that.
not
didn't we?
counting
Yeah,
that
the
then,
MSI
yeah,
extra,
4 or
that's right.
5.
So,
Yeah.
over those times you've been on, Paul, what would you say, from an MSI perspective, is the thing that surprised you most about what we're doing here?
The fact that Tommy was conscious through out every episode. Surprising.
Thank you. I feel so honored having that come from our premier guest.
I can say what I like. I won, God damn it. No, I'm surprised. I don't know about surprise. I just think it's a really refreshing thing that you're doing. This is definitely the way forward for music. Everything it's unlike the 80s independent thing where people were setting up small labels, because that was still a kind of conventional way of doing things. You were talking about physical product back there and still having to sell physical goods. This, I guess, we're almost talking viral kind of marketing. This is a fantastic opportunity for people to get feedback from people who know what they're talking about, constructive feedback. What I really liked was there was never any no bitterness. There was no kind of, yeah, that's just rubbish kind of thing. Even though there were a couple of questionable tracks, there was always something constructive said and always advice and support for artists. And I just think the fact that I like how you're linked with so many other outlets who are going to get this music played if they get the song of the week, like the All Indie thing. I think it's really refreshing that people are passionate about music that hasn't got any profile, if that makes any sense, to just try and help out the small guy, which is where I think music's increasingly headed, because we've got an anodyne kind of mainstream now that has got nothing left to say because it's so afraid of taking risks, because it's always about making the dollar before they release. So there are going to be a lot of small people out there looking for an outlet, and what you're doing, I think, is going to get a lot bigger.
Yeah, and I agree with you that you're not going to see anything else like this like MSI anywhere else on the internet or terrestrial, television or whatever the case is. It's almost too real for mainstream media. They don't like the
Yeah.
shows where, you're going to hear the truth. You're not going to. It's not made up for ratings or for television. It's just made up. What we do is made for the artists, and I think Ian will agree with me. The information that is provided by the panelists is all very helpful and very useful. There's never been, the fluff kind of reviews that you read in magazines or, like Rolling Stone and stuff like that. Where, yeah, I
Hmm.
like it. You can dance to it. It'd be great festival play. You're not going to hear that crap here, right, Ian?
I mean, yeah, I think that the thing that surprised me as well with all of this was the quality of the music coming through. I think it's made all of us lot take our game up a little bit more, listen to the music more. And, the more we've gone through the year, the better your ears get to doing this sort of thing. I think Tom will agree it was a hard slog for the first couple of weeks, getting it on a first listen, because the music coming through wasn't always that easy to break down because it was very good in places.
Tom?
Well, I've been head of A&R in several independent labels. So, I mean, I've been under the gun to, listen to, a couple of hundred songs inside of either a week or a couple of days. So, I would always, and this, people find hard to believe, but I would always listen completely through just to see if there's any part, because you never know what's gonna, break. And I'm guilty of the sin of all producers and whatever. You never know exactly what you want, but you want it. So I would listen to everything. So it was a little bit easier on me, I think. But I do agree with Ian though that it took me by surprise the quality of the music that we've had, and it's I've been semi-retired for a while due to health reasons and whatnot, but it's made me refine my game again, and it's also made me rethink music in general.
Right.
As what I like and what I don't like, and the fact that I think is the biggest plus is we really don't care about anything but music.
Right. Now, I agree with that. Paul, let me ask you this as a guest panelist coming on the
Hmm.
show as many times as you did. When you first came on the show, how difficult is it to offer a quality review, a real technical review of quality, when you only hear the song one time? You don't know what genre you're going to be listening to, you don't know who it's by or anything about it. You just hear it once and then you run with it. How difficult is that to work with?
Well, I'm kind of not repeating what Tommy said, but a similar sort of background. I've worked in production and for labels for a number of years, and I'm used to stripping down production values, arrangement, song structure. So, um, to be frank, from an A&R point of view, it's very rare that you would get through an entire song. This is actually a longer amount of indulgence that you'll get to listen to a track start to finish and then have two other guys talk about it while you can make notes and think. So I found this a refreshingly long time to analyze, if that makes sense.
Yeah, no, that
Because a
makes
lot
sense.
of the time, you've got I've done things involving A&R where you get a box of CDs and you start. I make no bones about this. This is straight up, and any A&R guy will admit it. In fact, some A&R guys employ people to listen to stuff for them because they can't be bothered. But a lot of A&Ring, you have to be selective about time, and a lot of it's coming in on CD. and you'll go, right, yeah, artwork with that, don't like it, that
Mhm.
photograph sucks, that looks like the 80s, that's a waste of time. So you'll dismiss 40
Before
or
they even listen to
50% of
them.
stuff before you listen.
Yeah.
And
Ian,
if it's so, the other thing is about this is people are only sending in one track.
Right.
A&R a lot of the time, people have sent in 3 or 4 songs. It's too many. So this is really good for the artist's point of view. And also, again, like Tommy said, it's all about music. You don't have an agenda on this show, and the people who are reviewing know what they're talking about, have experience. So it's kind of great from all angles. You've not got having no agenda means, yeah, you've got no corporate kind of involvement, like you were saying about the TV show where it wouldn't work, or as a radio thing where you've not got corporate sponsor. It's not even. It's kind of like a cable idea, but where there's not anyone going, hey, I really like this track and you can buy it for this. There is no agenda. It's purely about objectivity, isn't it?
Right.
Really?
Yeah, that's very true. Very true. Now, as I said to everybody when the show began, we've got a lot to cover during this show. And but before we move totally on and go through the rest of the information we have to go through today, I want to ask Paul one more question. You were involved in the MSI Spy Show, where you and a number of others submitted music for us and one of the musicians who won a spot on that show as a panelist to do a review. What was it like having the MSI lab crew taking apart your music?
It was interesting. It was interesting, yeah, because obviously, no matter how objective you are about other people's music, which I always am, there's an element of subjectivity that you cannot. You spend so long on your own pieces of music, and you're there going, yeah, I think I got what I wanted then, and it's really. I don't know. It's kind of like you always feel like someone's stolen your boxer shorts, and going like, yeah, it's and they aren't quite getting it, that kind of thing.
Yeah, no, that makes perfect sense, and we're glad you participated in that show. In fact, as we segue here, let's play that song for everybody. Brand New is the name of the song from Paul, and that's from the MSI Spy Show. And let's take a listen to that right now and kind of remind everybody what it was all about.
Hey, my love, don't you wanna feel that way, my love? Tell you how it's gonna be. Bar is open, drinks are free. See the dog and pony show. Thinking fast but talking slow. Future proof, scoop and run. Phases are all set to stun. Summer nights are oh so sweet. Bathing in Laguna heat. Let that be a lesson to ya. Grab a part of something new, yeah. Hey, my love, don't you wanna feel that way? My love, tomorrow is a brand new day. My love, I think I found a brand new way. My love, I hope you always feel that way. That way. That way. Wishes father of the thought. Play it hard but don't get caught. Keep your mouth shut, make it stop. Play it like a traffic cop. Close your eyes and count to 10. You never have to work again. Pick it up, take a sip. It's definitely worth the trip. Let that be a lesson to you. Everyone ain't out to screw ya. Let that be a lesson to you. Grab a part of something new, yeah. Hey, my love, don't you wanna feel that way? My
And that's Paul's song there, brand new from the MSI Spy Show. Paul, great song. Glad you took the opportunity to share it with us at that point. That was awesome.
Thank you.
Now,
Thank you very much.
as we continue on here, we want to bring in another guest with us right now. Sam from Volley Music had submitted a song to us very early on in the broadcasts, and we've since got to know her very well. She's actually done some interviews with us out in San Francisco with independent musicians from around that area. Sam, we're glad to have you on the broadcast today. Thanks for being here.
Thanks for inviting me. I'm excited to be here.
Well, we're excited to have you with us.
Hey, Sam.
Hey, it's so nice to be able to talk to you guys like in real time and not on the chat room.
Well, there, that's the thing. I mean, we do this so often. The only time we sometimes get to know people is just through the chat room. So it's always nice to see people and put a face to the name and the voice and everything.
Yeah, for sure.
So now you had came on the site and come up with some great ideas and done some great stuff for us out in the San Francisco area. You've done a lot of interviews with indie artists in that area, and have graciously allowed us to post that that video up on the site. We really appreciate that. What gave you the idea to do that and share it with us?
Well, it was your idea, Rich.
Oh well, you could have made something up.
What was that about, All Truth?
You could have made something up.
In San Francisco, people are honest, not like you, Rich.
Yeah, I did it because you told me to.
Yeah, no.
It
Well,
was something about hostage or whatever. I don't know.
Now the idea originally for that was to, kind of expand the ability to promote artists. And, when we approached you about that, you were all for it. You thought it was a great idea. And the great thing about it is the way you conduct the interviews. And I know that you were a little unsure of yourself in the beginning, but you do so well when you do these interviews. So when you go out and do these kind of interviews, what kind of how do you come up with the questions that you ask these people that you're interviewing, these artists?
I make them up on the spot. I don't go in with any planned list of questions or anything like that. I generally know the artists beforehand, so I have some idea about their background. So that gives me some hint about where we can start with the interview, and then I like to let the conversation, just dictate where it's going to go and the questions that I'm going to ask. But also, I do like to try and ask some questions where I think the answers might help other people.
Now, any of the artist answers surprise you in the interviews that you've done?
I'm not sure whether the Lindy LaFontaine, whether this made it into the Lindy LaFontaine video, but she was saying that, and you guys, Paul and Ian, can verify this, but she was saying that Americans have a really easy time getting gigs in England because you guys love Americans. They're just like, oh yeah, you're American, you must be a great musician.
So they naturally assume that, huh?
Yeah, that's what she said. She said she had the easiest time getting gigs over there.
Paul, have you experienced that? Americans getting preferential treatment?
I don't know about preferential treatment. We do have a lot of US artists who tour over here, especially on the B circuit, which is actually hard for UK bands to get on. And I don't know whether it's assumed because there's a thing of it being good musicians. I think it's a thing of they're assumed to be larger, if that's any. They've got a bigger fan base or something. There's something larger than life about people who come from the States. There seems to be a thing with that with UK promoters for sure. Also, it's way easier for American bands because you don't need to get a visa to come over here. It's really easy to just hop over, get a few shows, and possibly you will find people will show up to see bands from out of the country that are English speaking more than they will the homegrown talent, because a lot of the homegrown talent is indie kids staring at their shoes who really shouldn't be on a stage.
Now, I know that from my experience, I went to Australia back in the early 90s. It was just a simple fact from my experience that the locals were fascinated with the accent or the perceived accent. So could it be that, Sam, could it be possibly that people are just fascinated with the accent too?
Um, I hate to break it to you, Rich, but the American accent is generally not that well regarded.
Well, in Australia it was.
This is true. I totally agree. But I do have a question for Sam. I mean, that goes a little bit along with what Rich was talking about before. What pumps you up? What gets you? What do you do to get yourself ready for an interview? You know, psych yourself out, or to pump up the guest, make sure that they're going to be responsive and stuff. You know, how do you manage it?
All the interviews I've done so far have gone along with musical performances. So I've gone and watched them perform, and while I've been sitting there, I've known, oh, I'm going to interview them afterwards, and you know, that gives me time to get nervous and stuff like that. And for the artist, you know, they get interviewed after they perform, so they have that nice adrenaline rush and everything. So I think that works out well.
We find alcohol helps.
Yeah, alcohol always helps. It's great.
You know the old saying, drink more, we sound better.
Oh, and you look better.
I don't know if there's anything that could help Ian or Tommy out, you know. But
Well, we do recommend people drink at least 10 pints before watching, because it makes us look that bit better.
You know,
So-
you wind up like
Suggestions
me,
for
looking good,
2012, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah. Now,
Yeah.
Sam, you submitted a song to MSI called "Blackbird Fly," and when you put that song together, it's a beautiful song, first of all. And what prompted you to create that piece of music?
It was the feeling of being sort of stuck in a cage, you know, being perceived in a certain way and having to act in a certain way and wanting to break out of that mold. And as it says in the song, you know, like grow my wings and fly. And yeah, so it's about not accepting that life is the way that people tell you it is, or that it should be that way, and you know, being willing to make a change and make it whatever you want it to be.
Now, that song was nominated, as well as yourself, for Best Artist of 2011. You rallied your fans, right? And along with our other nominees, we're going to talk about them in a bit. What was your experience being nominated? Did you know you were nominated? I mean, did Ian send you an email and let you know about it?
Yeah, someone, yeah, I think it was probably Ian, sent me an email and let me know, and I was so excited. I mean, I just to be nominated is so awesome.
I got an email back just going,
yeah, that was my reaction. Yep. And yeah, I'm still, you know, I'm still so excited that I was nominated, and that you know, that I made it into the top 5, you know?
Yeah. Now, I appreciate the fact you didn't give anything away. Now, we did nominate 12 artists for everybody to vote on for our Best Artist of 2011. Ian, can you name them all?
I could.
But you won't.
I'm not going to.
Yeah, you won't. Tommy, could you name them all?
Not without going through everyone who's I've ever met.
All right. Well, I'm not going to name them all either, but I will let everybody know that the voting was actually surprisingly close. I was very surprised by this. After the polls closed last Sunday, we went and took a look at the numbers, and closer than I would have thought them to be perfectly honest. And what we want to do right now is break it down, let you know how many people, how many total votes we had. We had over 800 votes, 828 actual votes for the best artist. And we're going to play the top 3 songs of the vote getters for you before we announce the winner. In fact, we're going to play them in order from 3 to 1. So we want to, first of all, as we introduce this third place song, let you know that they garnered 10% of the vote, and it was actually Sam and Valerie garnering that 10% of the vote. So congratulations to you, Sam. Well done.
Thank you. Thanks.
And yeah, please applaud everybody. Now, as we go through this, I'm going to play the song for you, Blackbird Fly, and we'll get to the other 2 as we go along. But here's song number 3, Blackbird Fly, on the show, the award show, 2012. I can't believe it. Here we go.
Yesterday morning, and I found I lost my way, adrift upon an empty sea with someone's borrowed sails. That boat did not belong to me, although they said that it did. I had to stage a mutiny for all my hopes and dreams. No, I don't wanna believe that there's nothing more than this. Nothing more, nothing more, nothing more than this. So I just gotta believe that there's something more than this. Something more, something more, something more than this. Now it seems I can hardly move, and my skin has grown too tight. Spent those years all plastered in, gotta leave that shell behind. Did you see that blackbird fly? I'd like to go there too. I am forced to drag my wings, my feet won't leave the ground. No, I don't wanna believe that there's nothing more than this. Nothing more, nothing more, nothing more than this. So I just gotta believe that there's something more than this. Something more, something more, something more than this. I watched a blackbird in the air until it flew too high. Oh, blackbird, I am coming to, gotta grow my wings and fly. Gotta grow my wings and fly. No, I don't wanna believe that there's nothing more than this. Nothing more, nothing more, nothing more than this. So I just gotta believe that there's something more
Blackbird Fly from Ballery. Sam is with us. Sam, great track.
Thank you.
I think that was one of my favorite tracks we heard all last year, honestly.
Ian saying it's just that noise at the start of the track.
Yeah,
that's what everyone commented on. Everyone's like, "What was on that start? What was up with that?" And
we were trying to make it
you tried to
lo-fi.
justify it, saying it was looking like it was old, but we reckon you just forgot to denoise it.
Yeah, no, it was supposed to sound old, but I guess, we went about it the wrong way.
I thought you had just burped into the microphone.
Oh, goodness. Leave it to
It would have
Tom.
been a really long burp then.
Yeah. No, I actually, when I listened to all the songs before they go on the show and went through that one, I got it. I knew you were trying to make it sound like somebody putting a vinyl record on, and then you segue it into the clean version to make it, it's like looking, the long shot of the Christmas special when you're looking through the window. You see the snow on the window, you look through the window, the camera zooms in, then all of a sudden you're inside with the family around the Christmas tree. That kind of thing.
Yeah, exactly. How come no one else got that?
They weren't theater
We're
majors.
not as poetic as Rich.
I was a theater major in college. That's got to be what it is.
Done ballet.
I knew there was something dramatically about you.
Yeah, there is. So and Ian, you did say when that song was reviewed that the beginning was an issue, and you can apologize for it or justify it. I don't care which.
Neither.
Okay.
I justified it on the show. I'm not going to apologise for having my opinion.
I just
love
thought I'd give
Sam,
you a chance.
but that's the way it is on MSI. I'm afraid.
Just wanted to give you the chance.
Honest, truthful reviews.
All right,
That's true.
guys. Don't let me spray water on both of you because you know where it's going to come from.
Yeah, well, that's a good point. Good point. All right, and that brings us to our second vote getter of the vote for the best artist of 2011. Our number 2 vote getter was quite a surprise and garnered 31% of the vote. The second vote getter song we're going to play for you right now, that song is called Sing Softer by the John Miller Band. So we hope you enjoy that. Here it is, Sing Softer by John Miller Band.
I'd like to be the better me I've never been before. The picture perfect melody, the song without a score. But you always prefer I sing softer, the better way to be. And despite my attempts to scream louder, I've lost my remedy. I'll sing about my vanity, I'll strum a simple chord. It doesn't cure insanity, but I keep from being bored. And you'll always pretend I am stronger and better than I am. 'Cause you can't take the truth any longer. I'm just not that better man. So here I am, been searching for that better way, when there's nothing left to find. So if I'm dreaming, tell me, how are you awake? The lucid feelings rob my mind. Do you know what I'm saying? don't mean to raise my voice, but these situations oftentimes have me without a choice. 'Cause you always prefer us sing softer, the better way to be. And despite my attempts to scream louder, I've lost my remedy.
John Miller Band with Sing Softer right here. And that was the second vote getter or vote getting artist of the 2011 Best Artist Awards. And we were glad that they sent that in. Tommy.
Sorry to interrupt.
Sure.
But I have to do so because I want to make sure people realize what Rich has brought to the show and the technical aspects of how we get to hear the music at CD quality, because I'm just noticing, we're hearing in, over Skype, which some people might have settled for or thought was only good enough. But Rich has really thought things through and gone the extra mile and a half to give the panelists every, bit of the 16 bits that are there and CD quality listening back. Because I'm listening to these songs now over Skype, and the random drops and skips and whatever. And some people would have settled for that. But Rich and well, actually, all of us are pretty picayune and anal. But Rich is, exceptionally gone out of his way to make sure the show puts everybody at ease and nobody's got to compensate for
Well, I
anything.
appreciate that, Tommy. We did work hard on that in the planning stages of this show. All three of us sat down and talked about it, about how to set up everything from the panelist page where our panel listen to the music to how the audience hears it. The audience hears it in the same CD quality that everyone else does. The only thing that stands between them and the kind of audio you guys hear is the servers that distribute the audio. So when we have Justin TV, when they have dropouts, when they're slow, everybody takes a hit on that. But we wanted to make sure the panelists got their just rewards, being able to provide the best sound for them as possible. And speaking of the best sound an artist can get, you need to tune into Butterflies Radio. If you're an artist out there, you need to submit your music to Butterflies Radio. Butterfliesradio.com. Mark and Carol are great people to work with over there. They partnered with us a while back. In fact, we were guests on their Twitter Tuesday live show a couple of times. And we are pleased as punch that they are part of the family. And I think both Tom and Ian will agree with me. It's been great having them around, and we know that they send a lot of artists our way as well.
Oh, for certain. I mean, Carol and Mark have actually given us a shout out on Twitter today, so hello to them. They've sort of said happy birthday. I've said we'll save them some cake.
Do we have cake?
No,
You didn't get
we'll
the
save them
cake,
some.
Rich?
I didn't get cake. I got Twinkies, but no cake.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, you can wait 24 days before you eat them.
I suppose. I'm going to wait longer. Like I said earlier today, I'm going to ride the edge of that one and see if I can push it out to 35 days. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Now, we're going to get into this, back into the music here, though. I want to play the song from the #1 vote getter here, who garnered 38% of the total vote. 38% of the votes went towards this artist. This artist has a number of fans. It was just phenomenal how he got out the vote. If a politician today could do the same thing, they would handily win the primaries or the general election, I think. So if you're a politician out there, hire this guy and as your campaign manager. I think he'll do you good. The vote winner and best artist from 2011 for Music Scene Investigation is, drum roll, nobody. Yep, there we go. Is Jaguma. Jaguma with You Got Me Spinning.
Congratulations, Jaguma.
Very bad symbol on my part.
You got me spinning. I need eyes in the back of my head. Losing and winning. Feel like I need eyes in the back of my head. I'm twisting and turning. When I see what you do, choked up and burning. You got me spinning. Strangely disturbing. Lie sleep at the end of the day. Hearts tossing and turning. Lie sleep at the end of the day. Twisting and turning. When I see what you do, choked up and burning.
Jaguma with You Got Me Spinning. That is our best artist of 2011 as voted by everybody out there. So congratulations to Jaguma. Now, Ian, I know that I believe you've been in contact with Neil since the voting has ended. Have you not?
I have. He's very, very pleased to have won Best Artist of 2011. Who wouldn't be?
Absolutely. It's unfortunate that he wasn't able to be with us today, but I believe you worked out something with him.
Well, we're going to go on for an extended sort of interview on February the 12th. I think you're away, Rich, and I think Tommy and I are going to sit him down and have a chat with him.
Right. I
Find
will.
out all about him.
I
We're
will
gonna have
be
a
away.
talk with the little lad.
Yeah. No, I will be away. You're right. And so Tommy and Ian will be sitting down with Jaguma on the 12th of February. And he will also be hopefully joining us at some point in the panelist chair at some time
Yep.
after that.
It's a Monday for him 'cause he's in Australia.
Ah.
And it's exactly 6 a.m. on a Monday morning for him.
Excellent, excellent. Well, we look forward to that. Now, I was watching the chat while the music was playing, and I know that Sam wanted to send me a message. What was you? Did you need something, Sam?
Oh, I sent you a message over Skype, actually.
I don't think I
no,
saw
I,
it. I seriously, it didn't come up on my screen.
Oh, okay. No, I was wondering whether we were going to talk about the interviews for MSI that I'm going to do in the future.
Let's talk about that. Let's talk about that in just a moment because right now I want to thank one of our other sponsors, not sponsors, but partners with us. I want to thank iCompositions.com for partnering up with us because those guys, as you know, house about 100,000 musicians from around the world, and a lot of them send music in to MSI, and we appreciate that. We appreciate everything PMJL and all the guys and gals over there do. And they do a lot of hard work. I know it's a thankless job sometimes, but we're glad to have been partnered up with them for a very long time, and we appreciate everything they do. Now, we do want to talk about some of the things we got going on in the future. And one of those things we're going to start with is some of the things we're doing to help promote artists, like conducting interviews, like Sam conducting interviews. I'm sure Ian at some point. I am going to be conducting more interviews. Not sure about Tom. I think he probably will do his best to bring, when he gets musicians in studio, probably put a microphone in front of them and grab them for a couple of minutes. So, Sam, why don't you update us as to what you've got in the works and whatnot?
Well, I'm not sure about the new name for it, but they were called the All Indie Music Awards, being run by Mikey J and the Great Unknowns Presents down in LA. That's happening next month. And I'm going to go down there and conduct some red carpet interviews and some backstage interviews with artists after they've accepted their awards. So that's pretty exciting. That's going to be like my first experience of red carpet interviewing and my first experience of going somewhere else outside of San Francisco to interview people.
Now, you know, the first question you have to ask everybody, and I think Paul will agree with me about this since he's been to a number of these award ceremonies, is who are you wearing? Right, Paul?
Yes.
Exactly, yeah, exactly.
It's an Amari suit, isn't
Who
it, Paul?
does your sound?
I won't be wearing you, Ian, don't you worry.
It's Armani for you, isn't that your choice?
Yeah, Armani generally is. I do. I like Guido Pellegrino. Actually, I've used that quite a bit, which is a kind of real small Italian designer who made a few suits for me. That's pretty handy. But I only tend to wear them at award ceremonies. So what I need to do is just make sure I'm associated with more things that win awards. And as you can see, I've made the effort tonight. I've worn a T-shirt and everything.
Absolutely, and we appreciate the fact that you did.
Yeah, thanks.
So, Sam, this is going to be a pretty cool thing for you to be involved with. In fact, we know a number of the people who are involved and who are even nominated for awards down there. I believe Spaceship Days is nominated, aren't they?
Yeah, they are, and I'm really excited about getting to meet them. I've chatted with Chuck online quite a bit, but we're quite far away from each other. He's in North Carolina, I believe.
Right.
And it'd be great to meet up with some people in the flesh. And both Mark and Carol are coming for the awards ceremony. Like Carol's coming from Perth, which is so far away.
Oh yeah, that's a long flight.
Yeah, it really is. So it's amazing that like I'm gonna get to meet all these people that I've met over Twitter and the internet.
Well,
That'd be really
when you're down there, I think Ian's chomping at the bit for this. But when you're down there, you'll have to put the bug in their ear to invite the MSI panelists and whatnot to come in and do some hosting and stuff for them next year, maybe.
Yeah, we need a few air
does-
tickets from the UK.
Right. That's why I was.
Oh, you want to actually go and sit in Carol's house in Australia? Is that what you're saying?
No, saying.
Yeah, I want a house sit for her when she's at the Indie Music Awards.
No, what I think, what I was alluding to was the next indie music awards.
Let one of
have,
us be,
right. Put a bug in their ear for them to have us as presenters instead of Mark. I'm not saying Mark's bad. Just saying. No, I'm kidding. We'd love to help him out if we could.
I just want a house sit in Australia.
Yeah, Ian just wants a house sit in Australia. That's all it is. But no, there are some things that we're planning on doing over the next year, along with artist interviews that we want to continue. We definitely want to, expand our promotion of indie artists, no matter where they're at in the world. In fact, we would love to recruit more correspondents from other places in the world.
Oh yeah.
if you're
well,
outside,
we also
yeah, if you're
appreciate what Sam's been doing for us.
definitely do. And what interviews we have are wonderful interviews. Sam has done so many; it's just great to see them. But we want to send out an invitation to other artists and other people out there as well. If you think you got what it takes, give it a shot. Send us the video. We'll get it posted. You have a
can I
tough
just
act to
jump?
follow, though. Sam's so good at this.
Thanks. Can I just jump in though and say that it wasn't that you guys directly asked me to do it. You on one episode were saying, well, if you go to a show and you happen to have like a video, video facility on your phone, then why don't you take some video with an indie artist and send it in to us? And
See, I knew it was
I
more your idea than mine.
No, you prompted it, just like Ian prompted the cat Christmas song.
Meow.
Yeah, so I'm just the only one that's followed up on it, but yeah, like there's room for everyone to jump in and do that all around the world, and that'd be really cool. And one other thing that I'm planning on doing while I'm down in LA is going and talking to a guy that I know who's a mastering engineer. Because I want to try and do some interviews in the coming year with like producers, studio owners, promoters, bookers, those kinds of people to try and get advice for indie artists.
I think that's a great idea, and in fact, that it fits along lines with the expansion and whatnot we're trying to do, or we're going to be doing here at MSI. In fact, some of the things we're in the process of doing, you might have noticed if you have been taking a look at the MSI website over the last number of weeks. We've changed some things around. The way the front page looks, the way the Song of the Week page looks, have been changed around to kind of update things, bring it into the 21st century. And we're planning on continuing that change as time goes by. One of the things we're wanting to do that fits along lines of expanding the promotion of indie artists is we're going to be beginning within the next couple of weeks a 24/7 radio station, online station of the music. Let me put it this way: if the music makes it through the MSI labs, and not every song will, by the way, but if it makes it through the labs, it'll go on the station for 24/7 open listening by anybody and everybody who wants to. We're also going to be augmenting that station with live programming and we're going to hopefully have DJs around the world joining us on that. Ian, anything you want to add to that?
I want you to give us one of the radio pops we've been talking about.
No.
Go on.
No.
Just one.
No.
Just one.
Not going to do
Come
it. Not going to do it. You
I'll
know,
send you a microphone.
Yeah, I'm sure you will, Tom. That's what I'm trying to get at. I need a new microphone for this stuff. But no, we're really excited about that. We're also excited about the interviews that are going to be happening. Sam, as she said, is going to be doing a lot of interviews. And we're just going to expand on this as much as we can because for us, it's all about the music. It's all about the promotion of indie music and indie artists, no matter where they're at in the world. If you submit music to us, you're on our radar. We know about you, and without you doing that, it's how does anybody get to know about anybody? So please submit music to us for us to provide you with some solid feedback and solid reviews on. And that way we can get you on our radar and vice versa, and hopefully promote you as much as we humanly possibly can.
And that's not to say that there's a lack of music in the hat.
That's
we have
true.
a lot to choose from, but the quicker you get it in,
the quicker
the better, better your chance to get played.
That's very true. Ian?
It's getting on late because
Yes.
we're running over time. Let's have a quick chat with Paul because he has to shoot off about quarter past.
Absolutely.
Stuff done.
Yeah.
Let's sort of Paul, what you're doing this year, 2012. What does it bring for you, sir?
2012. I'm starting off with playing with Simon Friend from a band called The Levelers, who are pretty big over UK and Europe. He's doing a solo side project. We start gigging in February. Currently rehearsing with that. In fact, that's why I've got to get off. I've got to go back to a rehearsal. The guys have allowed me out for a couple of hours to come and collect my award, and so I'm going to be going back there.
Now you can wear that award on a chain around your neck and show it off.
Yeah,
to
it is. It's
everybody.
it's kind of quite gangster, that'd be,
Yeah.
wouldn't it?
Some
for
bling.
And then you'd be
yeah,
MC, Paul.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
MC
It is.
Miro.
Yeah, exactly. Although I don't know the where we're rehearsing, I think anything that resembles jewelry, I might get mugged on the way in. I don't know. It's some very nice inside, but I don't know what is it about rehearsal complexes that attract crack dealers outdoors. What do they think we are? I don't know.
Because there's no one else there but musicians.
Yeah. But we're honourable, upright citizens with. No, I don't know. They do better trying to nick our instruments, or they don't tell them that.
Well, all the information on me I know has been redacted. So.
Well, Paul.
Other than that, I've got that's starting. I've got another solo album that I'm trying to find the time to finish, which I'm hoping to get out towards the middle of this year. I've had quite a few commissioned tracks through a company in the States called Absolute Radios that I'm going to be getting a lot of airplay, which it's radio bed stuff. It's not like commercial release stuff, but that's going to keep me busy for a while as well. And I've also got a lot of film and production stuff on the go as well. And as usual, my chaotic gigging schedule. So I'm already looking at 2014 at the minute, so it's a busy year.
Of course,
and there's the possible Apes re-release as well.
Oh, of course, yeah. Wow. See, this is so much going on. Yeah, my band, Apes, Pigs and Spaceman, who signed a few years ago to the worst record label in the universe, and great label in the States, End Records, have licensed our second album for an American release, long overdue. Really, really good news. Obviously, we're going to try and get behind that in any way we possibly can. We don't know when that's going to be released. It's going to be quite amusing because the rights still belong to Sony. But that's good news as well. Yeah, it's really nice that that album, which so proud of, is going to get an American release at some point in 2012. Yeah.
And well, you don't forget, if you ever make it into New York, you absolutely have an open standing invitation to come to the Cube.
I'll be there. Don't you worry. You won't get rid of me.
No, no. I mean, I'd love to work with you, you know, but with your schedule being the way it is, you know,
It may
you'll be my age.
It may be 2015 before it happens. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, life throws curveballs all the time, doesn't it? And I mean, I've got more work than I can shake a stick at. But the great thing about being independent is a lot of the work that I do, I choose to do. So I don't know what's going to be happening all year. I know that I'm going to keep this year as busy as last year was, but things are flexible. There'll be some kind of there's going to be some sort of flux along the way where I might go, hang on a minute, I want to do that right now, and I'll put something else on hiatus and move towards that. But the great thing is just to keep, like any musician, keep a positive head on things. Don't let anything get you down, and always stay creative and energized, and then everything seems to fall into place eventually.
Absolutely. Well, Paul, always wish you the best on everything you do. Hopefully, you'll spare a little time for us and the panelist chair as well, you know, during the next year.
Sure, yeah. Just give me some notice, and I'll be there whenever and whenever I can. I mean, if I'm not in my studio, I've always got some access to, even if it's just audio or whatever. Well, we'll find a way of doing it. And wherever, what you were just talking about with videos, if I get chance when I'm out and about, if I'm with anything that I think might be of interest to you guys, then I'll shoot some interviews with people as well and send them through to you.
That would be awesome. We'd love it.
Yeah, and also
Excellent,
I might.
I gotta
I'm
speak
gonna
to you later about some private interviews I'd like you to film.
Okay. Yeah. Is that thing involving strange animals in dresses again? I told you about that, Sonny.
Yeah, I know, but it's just a quirk.
Yeah, I know. I like the title Asian Donkey Porn, but I'm just not sure about. You know.
Oh, Lord.
Well, that's why I changed it to Pink Asian Donkey Porn.
Okay, yeah, okay. I understand. Guys, I'm gonna have to fly. Me and my dobro. It's just here. Look, I didn't even have time to get it back in its case. Look, my dobro and me are going back out now to play Levelers tunes. 2 hours of music to learn with 6 very, very tired and angry musicians who'll be there
Are
going
you
like,
doing-
oh yeah, going off collecting awards, are you? Well, we're here.
Are you doing
rehearsing.
Another Man's Cause?
Am I doing what?
Another Man's Cause.
Another Man's Cause? What's that?
It's a Levelers song.
No, we're not doing that.
It's a shame. It's my favourite.
I don't know. I never listened to the Levelers. This is all new to me. You see, it's quite good. We're doing. There's going to be about 2 hours of Levelers tunes. We're going to be doing some of my songs as well, which is really nice of Simon. He wants to do 2 or 3 of my tunes. We're going to be doing a few things we've written together. It's going to be a really good night, I think. Tickets it's at Derby's Assembly Rooms, and it's on the 10th of February, this show, the first show. I think it's limited to $5.50 on tickets. It's Derby Assembly Rooms anyway, if anyone's interested in coming along. I know Simon's got a very strong following. Really looking forward to it. It should be a real buzz. So.
Well, it sounds like it's going to be a great time, if you ask me.
Yeah, I think so. The rehearsals are really fun so far. Simon's really enjoying it. He's obviously busy with Levelers. That's what I like about being a musician is you've got your own things going on, and you've always got a busy schedule. But there are times you can create to work with other guys and do things that you wouldn't have thought of doing. Like, I mean, this came in towards the end of last year. And as you know, I mean, we've spoken about it quite a bit over the last few months of like, Paul, how many things have you got on at the minute? So I don't know, there's just too many. But this Simon thing, I've managed to slot it in because it's like, yeah, that'd be great. Yeah, but let's find a way of doing that. And you just shift your calendars around. The Levelers have got a few days off, and what we're looking at doing is hopefully there is a chance we might be doing some dates in the States. We don't know yet, but there's going to be dates in Canada, possibly in the States, and we're definitely going to be doing some of the UK fests.
Well, you're definitely going to have to keep us up to date on those dates, and so that everybody we know we can tout them to as well.
put them in the chat.
Absolutely.
Put them in the website.
Yeah,
Oh
definitely.
yeah, sure. Don't worry. I'll be hassling you to sell tickets.
All right, Paul.
MSI Spy Song of the Week artist, best guest 2011, Mr. Paul Miro.
Thank you very
Congratulations,
much,
Paul.
guys. Thanks to everyone who voted, and I shall see you all later in 2012. And Tommy, stop taking the drugs.
Start.
Great to meet you all, and nice to meet you, Sam, for the first time. See you again soon. Yeah, nice to meet you too.
All right. Thanks for
Cheers,
Paul.
Paul.
Thanks to Paul for joining us. We really appreciate it. No, he's got to get off, and we're going to let him go, but want you to hang around. Thanks again, Paul.
See you later, guys.
Bye.
Bye.
And we're going to talk a little bit about what Ian and Tom think the future of MSI is. Ian, why don't you enlighten us?
Well, we've got a lot going on, haven't we, really? We've been sort of not quiet. We haven't been broadcasting over December, but the things are behind in the backstage era have been going on, and we've got lots of ideas. We're introducing a new feature midweek, which is going to be a guest tip, and it's just a short little video clip of us talking to our guest artists, asking them a question that might help you, might not help you. Go and check it out and have a look.
Yeah, and Tommy, anything you would like to add to that?
Well, I think, the first year under our belt, I think I would like to see us, maintain the game integrity and honesty that we already have and, just raise the bar. Keep the energy going, keep the positive energy going.
Right.
That's the main thing, and as Paul had alluded to, we try to be positive whenever we talk about somebody's song because we know it's their baby. And
But
even
but there are some you just gotta,
yeah, there's
say it out.
kidding. There is some, light, little zingers thrown here and there, but nothing ever very serious. I remember one song I did try to hang myself.
I was going to say you wrapped a cord around your neck.
And you've refused to review a couple as well.
Well, I think it was only one I refused to review, and I will maintain that. If we believe a song is a cover, it has, slipped through, whatever, however hard we try, some may slip through. But if we find out when we go to air, and we look forward to our listeners for all insights that they can come up with, any ideas for the show, we'd love to hear from you. It's just, it's just not fair to the other independent artists who work so hard to create something where somebody's going to find, oh, this is from 1948 if I just, do this or that.
Right. Yeah,
It's-
and that's something we try to stop at the front door. Occasionally, some pieces make it by me, but we definitely want to remind every artist and all artists out there how much we appreciate the fact that they support us by submitting their music to us. We would like to remind you, however, that everything you submit, everything needs to be original, needs to be yours. Don't remake somebody else's stuff. Don't use unauthorized samples in your work. We'd also like to remind you to make it radio friendly as well. So that way we can throw it on the MSI radio in the next couple of weeks once we get that running. And I think you'll be pleasantly surprised by how all that's going to work out. And that being said, I think we should start wrapping up the 2012 award show or 2011 award show. What do you guys say?
Well,
We should.
it's a great idea, and we haven't gone too long in the tooth.
Yeah, no, only 25 minutes so far, so that's not too bad. Sam, I want to thank you for being with us again. Congratulations on being nominated, coming in third.
Thank you.
You're just going to have to submit another song for this year. You know that.
Well, I already have submitted at least one other song, and every week I sit here in, sort of anticipation. Oh no, is it going to be on? What kind of review will it get?
So what do you think about the way we select songs, randomly selecting them out of everything that's been submitted? Good, bad, indifferent? You say you sit there in anticipation every week. It's hard to wait, I know.
Yeah. I was going to ask you, how do you select the songs at random?
We, when they're selected, I basically just randomly select them. I've got a big long list, and it's kind of like shut your eyes and point, But they're randomly selected. There is no favoritism. I don't listen to them and then select them. I'll select them, listen to them, and then if they don't meet the criteria, I toss them and then select another one.
I think because you guys only can handle 3 per week, and I have no idea how many submissions you get per week, but I'm sure it's way more than 3 that you've building up this huge backlog. And I don't know, sometimes I think it'd be better to do it sort of by chronologically, how they come in, rather than randomly.
Yeah, we discussed that. We discussed that when we were putting the show together, and we thought that random was kind of a good way to go. We've tossed different ideas around, and it's really hard to try and be as fair as possible without doing it randomly. Because if you get, there are some members or some people, artists who signed up, who will take and submit 12 or 13 songs in one shot, and how do you
Wow.
handle those?
Yeah.
That's where it becomes problematic.
Yeah, right. So how many songs do you get submitted per week?
On average, we probably get between 3 and 12 every week. We do have a backlog of songs sitting in the vault. There are probably, if I had to guess, I would say 200 to 300 songs sitting in the vault right now.
That's a lot of episodes.
Yeah, it is. It's called job security. So, Sam, what is it that you're working on for this coming year? What have you got going on?
The next thing I have going on is a gig with a couple of singer-songwriters, female singer-songwriters, Francesca Lee and Robin Yukiko at the Hotel Utah on February 16th. I'm on at 9 p.m. and I'm excited about it. We're all going to be singing on and playing on each other's songs, so it'll be a really nice sort of collaborative night. And we're actually running a giveaway competition together. I will put details about it on my Facebook and website, but basically just by spreading the word about our music, you will get an entry to get a signed CD from each of us, and that's
Great.
open to anyone, anywhere.
And if anybody
3 for 1.
wants to take and make it to that show, they can go to your website, valarimusic.com, and find out more information about it.
Yeah.
All right. That's you got a schedule out there, and they can call you or how. I always wondered why you do the Ask Valari a Question, Ask Sam a Question. Gig
That
you
fan
do.
bridge thing?
Yeah.
Just to try and get some interaction going, because social media interaction is sort of where it's at these days. And as I've gotten more into it, it's been becoming more and more fun.
The most difficult question to answer that anybody's asked you so far would be?
I just saw the look on your face there, Sam.
That was via email when she'd rather not say.
No, I have someone that knows that I'm a scientist and keeps asking me scientific questions, and I'm kind of like, is this a test? Can we stop with the science questions now?
Well, come on, let's give it a try. Can I ask you a question?
Well, what is your field, actually?
Biochemistry.
Biochemistry.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
So Ian has a question then.
I'm nervous.
I am
Go
too.
ahead.
So we all know about the Drake equation, yeah? The Drake equation dictates that there must be other habitable planets out there and how many there must be. as a biochemist, do you believe there's life on those planets?
I think haven't we shown that there is life on some other planets. I mean, it's not life at the the level that we of intelligence, but there are things growing.
Germicidal, yeah. It's
Yeah.
life, Jim, but
Bacteria.
not as we know it.
Yes, exactly.
All right, so there you have it, the science
There you go.
answer. I
Wasn't
wish
that hard, was it?
Have you
Not as
figured
hard.
out a way to put pheromones on CDs to make people like your music as they're played?
That's a great idea.
I have
no,
them once
but
in a while.
I've got to start thinking about that because I'll do anything to make my CDs sell.
You know,
Chem-
like a
chemical
layer
warfare in the music
of,
industry.
a layer of aroma for aromatherapy, you know?
Yeah.
That'd work. Sam, thanks for being with us. We really appreciate everything you've done for us and with us over the last year. We hope that we can continue that and look forward to seeing you at the awards stream and seeing your interviews during the awards, the Indie Music Awards.
Thanks
Indeed.
so much for having me on.
We're grateful to you. Ian, Tom, I think we're going to take and wrap this event up. We've had a great time doing it. I'm glad that you guys went all out and you partied up the studio, Tom. And Ian, you broke out the lights and everything,
Yeah, it was just Christmas, wasn't it? They were sort of in a box.
Don't downplay it now. You did go something special.
Yeah, you had to plug them in.
Well,
Yeah.
there is that. There is that.
You know, you're using the bigger microphone. Yeah.
We like
Or
it
is that
bigger.
the one you always use?
That's the one I always use.
Ah.
Yeah.
Well, it's lit very well. I can finally see it.
It's the one he always uses when he's not using the other one.
Yeah. Which is the other one.
Yeah.
I'd like to say before we go, a big thank you to you two guys. We've had a really great first year, some excellent music, some excellent reviews, brilliant guests, and it's been a lot of fun. And I think we're going to sort of take this into 2012 with lots of new ideas and a bigger outlook.
We'll definitely try, that's for sure. So thanks to both of you as well. Tommy, thank you, you big lug.
That's my precious, as always.
He's like the uncle you never had.
Yeah, exactly. The uncle that Dick Cheney took hunting.
Or is it the uncle you never wanted?
No.
Sorry,
Is the uncle you never leave your little girls with lemonade stands alone with?
Oh, goodness. Here we go again. Thanks for joining us, everyone. We hope you enjoyed the 2011 awards show as broadcast in 2012. We'll do this all again next year. Hope you join us then and continue to join us each and every Sunday for Music Scene Investigation. We're going to play out again with Jaguma. You Got Me Spinning as the best artist of 2011.
Goodbye, folks.
You got me spinning. I need eyes in the back of my head. Losing and winning. Feel like I need eyes in the back of my head. I'm twisting and turning. When I see what you do, choked up and burning. You got me spinning. dizzy and woozing. Got me twisting and turning. When I see what you do, I'm choked up and burning. You got me spinning.
I left a woman there, she paralyzed me with fear. Kept 4 cats and named them all Angel. Well, she kept a diet of Fruit Loops and pills. Said I should try it for anything that ails. She was born